Hey guys, Richard Fu here from The Ultimate Man and richardfu.com. And today on the Daily Man Fuel, I'm sharing with you the Paperclip Challenge. Whoop. So, if you haven't heard about the Paperclip Challenge, it's basically, if you wiki it, the guy, I think he's from Canada, he kind of did 14 trades from a paperclip all the way up and got a house in 14 trades, and that was amazing. And so over the weekend I got some time to spend with my good friend Preston Smiles and his fiancée Alexi as they were running the bridge experience. And in that time we got challenged at one of our lunch breaks. In 90 minutes he wanted us to trade up this paperclip up for something more, for something at least 10 times the value, if not 100 times the value of it. And so when he announced the challenge, I ended up getting, by the end of it, 10 chocolate lint balls, and I'm going to walk you through the trades and what did I learn from that. See, this is the thing, when he first announced the challenge, I was so scared. I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to be doing this. But the theme through the whole experience is about this, guys. It's about how you do anything is how you do everything. See, and this is what's so important here, is that I realized that when he announced the challenge, after going through those fears, after going through those emotions of, oh my god, why, I decided that, you know what, I'm just going to give it my best shot, and if anything, I'm going to win this. I'm going to bring back the best thing possible. And so I went off, had lunch by myself for about 30 minutes at a sushi place, and my first trade happened there. And sitting there, I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to trade this for anything valuable? What can I offer? What value can this bring? And so, in order to get to my 10 chocolate lint balls in 4 trades in under 60 minutes, I did this. I looked for value. And the first place I looked for value was at the restaurant I was having sushi at. And I saw the FPOS machine. They kept spitting out receipts, and they have to stack the receipts, they have to keep copies of it, but they didn't have something to put on top or keep them together. And so when I went to pay, I offered her this paperclip, guys. I offered this paperclip and I said, you know, I got a solution for you to keep that down. How does this sound, right? And I wanted to trade for a pen, just like the other guy, but she didn't understand. She was a bit confused, and this was the first lesson I learned was you gotta paint the context. You gotta make it clear to them what it is that we're trying to do and why. And I just told them we're just playing a game, and so I just want to trade this for something, and she offered a piece of candy. And then this is the second piece of advice, guys, is to stand up for your value. And I said, how about let's just go for 2 pieces of candy. And I'm talking about the candy that's kind of like Starburst candy, where you can buy it in a bag, and then you can just give it out. And so it wasn't the best piece of candy, and I'm like, oh, well, all right, at least I've moved up. And this is the thing here, this is the third piece of the advice that I saw, or the lessons that I saw, is that, you know, I could have stopped there. I could have stopped there and said, yeah, 2 pieces of candy, I did pretty good, so I'm happy with that. But I walked out of there and I said, okay, now I got 2 pieces of candy, what can I do? Who can I serve? Who would want this the most? And when I thought about it, the first person that comes into mind is kids. You know, and I'm in the touristy area of Sydney, right? And I'm like, all right, I can give it to kids. I can get something and get their parents to give me something. But then after walking around, I'm like, how am I going to do this? This doesn't make sense. I can't just approach kids on the street and say, do you want candy? Isn't that the thing that we are taught not to do, to take candy from a stranger? So anyway, I decided to walk into these Chinese tourist shops, and I asked again, hey look, I'd like to trade 2 pieces of candy for something small. And I said, I'd like to trade it for a postcard. And initially I was talking to the employee said, no, I can't make that decision. And then she led me into talking to the manager or the supervisor, and she looked at me funny, and then she's like, I can't give you a postcard, but how about I give you a block of chocolate biscuits? I'm like, sweet. Took that. That's so much better than 2 pieces of candy. So I'm moving up in the world. So that's trade 2. Then trade 3, I tried to go and really visit the flea markets, in Sydney. And when I did that, I tried to trade the biscuits for some $5 pairs of glasses and some $3 pair of $3 of bar soap, and both weren't up for it. So I knew that wasn't gonna work. Their audience wasn't right because they were just, living barely day to day. So it wasn't the right thing to do. Then I went into a face mask shop. I went into those small Asian shops where they have, facial masks, and I pitched it to these two girls, And I said, look, how about if you could give me anything that's like a sample, you know, face mask samples or anything like that, you know, I'd appreciate it. And, you know, all I want to do is just swap it for these chocolate biscuits. How would you like that? And eventually they said yes. So now I got 2 face masks, right? And they're from Korea, and I'm like, sweet, it's so good. I was so happy. I was like, man, if I walk back now with just 10 minutes left on the clock, I'm like, I've done a pretty good job. And then I was like, how about I try one more trade? And so I was walking past the Lint pop-up store down at World Tower, or, you know, and I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if I got some chocolate balls for this, and a premium chocolate balls? And so I walked in, and luckily for me, I was just me by myself, and then there were 2 shop assistants there working. And so I came in and I said, ladies, we're playing a game. I have these 2 face masks, just luckily enough, one for each of you. And you know, I was wondering if you'd like to trade this for some chocolate balls, because this is part of a game that we're doing. And they looked at each other, it was a bit weird, they were a bit shocked. One said, so you're the supervisor? And I said, and as she was making her decision, I said, and remember ladies, these are Korean face masks, so they're really, really, really good. And so she said, yeah, okay. And the final lesson that I learned here was, I had a clear idea of what it is that I wanted, but I didn't know how many balls I wanted. So I said, you know, instead of me saying, I was expecting really 1 or 2 balls. And I said, so how many chocolate balls could you swap for this? And she said, 5 for each. And I was over the moon. Got the 10 chocolate balls, and I thought I could upgrade this. I could push myself. One more trade with 5 minutes on the clock. One more trade. Let's just see what happens. Didn't turn out, but that was part of the game. And so at the end of the day, I came back and I saw some of the other people and what they traded up for, and there was stuff like you could get for free, like, you know, a packet of sugar, a packet of, you know, chopsticks, I mean, things like that. And it looked like they only did 1 trade. And so the lesson here, the big lesson overall, guys, is, you know, how far are you willing to go? Do you just do something and just do 1 trade and then you quit? Or do you keep going? You keep asking, how far can you go? And this is what I did. I asked myself, how far can I go? And that's what I want to ask you here today, guys, is how far can you go? Question of the day is, how far will you go? And if you're really challenging, and if you're really ready to put yourself out there, go get yourself a paperclip and play along. And then shoot me a video and tell me your story and how far you got it with your paperclip challenge. So guys, that's the end of today's show. I wanted to share this amazing story with you because that I learned how far I'm willing to push myself and just go to the next level and be that example, be the possibility for other people just like you. So remember, head on over to richardfood.com, comment, share, put this out to the world, because I think more people need to listen to messages just like this. And so I want to say I love you guys so much for watching. Remember to go out there, go live with love, and go smash it. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye. This is the thing. Celebration should not be saved for just the birthday. Celebration should not be saved for Christmas. Should not be saved for anniversaries. It should be done almost every day, if not on a weekly basis.